Third time's a charm because I'm not starting over. Right now, we're downstairs at the eating table. Just the dining table, maybe, Maria? Because we don't actually eat here. Anyway, in front of the bar. And I am gonna chat to you about this stuff I have planned. Somebody said they were interested in my sewing, and this is actually also related to organization. So, for those of you who don't sew, it's weird to say sew in two different ways, spelled differently, but whatever. New cookbook. I haven't used it yet, but unrelated. Back to the topic. For those of you who don't sew, if you may be aware of patterns that you buy at the stores, Joanne or whatever places that don't exist anymore. But there's also increasingly you're able to buy patterns online that are PDFs. Then you have to print them and blah blah blah, or not. But either way, you have now this combination, if you're like me, of patterns that exist only on your computer and patterns that come in little envelopes. And so the tricky part is, depending on how your creative stuff goes, you might go look at fabric that you have because maybe you like buying supplies for hobbies, and that's how you end up with so many fountain pen inks or yards of fabric or Rubbermaid containers full of yarn. Anyway, so you sometimes start with the fabric and you think, ooh, I want to make a dress out of this. What dress? Well, now it becomes how do you find which dress you're going to do? Because you might have patterns on your computer. And so maybe I do actually have this organization system on computer. I do mine based on garment type. So I have a folder that's dresses, and I'm separated into knits and wovens because that's the two types of fabrics that you might use for a dress. And I don't have hundreds, well, maybe I do, but I don't have so many patterns that it's overwhelming to look at them in that way. And generally I have few enough that I can remember, oh, that name means this dress. But then I'm looking on my computer and I'm not looking at my paper patterns, which is actually quite frankly what happens. Or I used to have printed out all of my patterns basically in the size that I was, because I was the same size for a long time, and I had them all in folders or envelopes, the big envelopes, and I would look through those, but then that became a pain in the tuchus. And also then I'm only looking through the ones that I printed out, so I'm still only looking at my computer patterns. So I'm rambling. Me never. So I've been meaning to, for a long time, find a way to deal with this. So what I did, I printed off the first page-ish of all of my patterns so that I could see what I have. Now the interesting one are things like this. I have this pattern for a duffel bag and some other stuff. Not sponsored, by the way. And so the interesting thing is, am I going to be that way about a bag pattern? Probably not. I'm probably not going to think, I want to make a bag. I usually come at that with I have a need, or I already know what I want to make. But with clothing, 100%. The one category that I actually didn't bother printing out was kids clothing, because again, I don't think I have any that are printed pattern, that are envelope patterns. And oh, that's ripped. Anyway, and so it's okay if I just go to my computer. But now I have this question of, okay, so then what I'm gonna do, I gotta get a binder to put this in. And then I'm gonna have tabs and I'll be able to look through them and so and so, and so on. Then I have to figure out, what do I do with these? And so what I might do is wastefully print out a copy of this so that I can put it in the same binder. I think that's how I'm leaning currently. You'll note like all of these are black and white. I actually, the number one thing I print is sewing patterns. So I bought 16-pound paper. Most copy paper is 20-pound, and that refers to the weight of a ream of paper, I think. Anyway, I bought 16-pound paper because it's thinner. And I have a laser printer that only does black and white because that's all I need for sewing patterns. So, by the way, I keep looking at the wrong place because I'm not used to talking to the camera on this side. Anyway, we're over it. So I printed out my patterns, and some of them I didn't print out the front page because it's like, here's an example of one that is, there was one near the front that is just like, why did you choose this for your image? Maybe there isn't an example near the front. I thought there was. Yeah, one of this pattern. Like, for printing out, and what do I have? This is so great. Like a little simple line drawing that shows me what it is. And so for some of my dress patterns, example, there's this one, which, by the way, you don't have to make it in 2 colors. And then these were very busy backgrounds, so I just printed out this page. I don't love it. I wish they could all be the same. If I was an illustrator, maybe I would do my own line drawings. If I was going to spend more time, maybe I would find a way to isolate just the line drawings. But I'm not, and I didn't, because my time is worth more than that to me. So what I also want to do, oh, y'all, like, that image is everything to me. It's a pattern for undergarments, but also you can wear them. The pattern maker, Jali, does a lot of, like, they make patterns so that you can make ice skating costumes and stuff. Pretty cool. So what I want to do is separate my patterns. Actually, if you read, you might have this concept of you have books that you read and books that you need to read. Thus our sewing patterns. So I have patterns that I have not made yet that I want to make, and then patterns that I have made that I know I like. The patterns that I have made that I know I don't like, got rid of them. And the patterns that I didn't make that I thought, probably not going to make this, got rid of it. Some of them maybe I regret, but so there's this one here actually, which, y'all, I actually had started this and I got really far on it. It was basically done and it needed a hem and it needed to fix the zipper and have the top lining sewed. And I have lost, and what happened is I set it aside because some reason. It probably did something wrong to annoy me, to be honest. But I set it aside, and then when I came back to it recently, because I had forgotten and I found it in a thing, and I think this is accurate, it wouldn't fit anymore because I, exercised a lot and so on. So I think I donated it. But it was super cute. I love all of these vintage, like 50s style dresses so much. There is a life that I live where I look like this. For instance, here, how cute is that, right? Adorable. These pants, I suspect, I had another pattern that was amazing fit. You know what's amazing? It didn't fit. It was awful. But I will try them. This is just some rando t-shirt that actually I did make. I made it for my sister. She liked it. Oh, I did keep this. That's good. I made this before, but again, it didn't fit anymore, so I got rid of it. These jeans, they're like boyfriend cut. I think another way to put that on a person that's my shape is unflattering cut. I'm gonna keep them, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I actually made these out of, instead of jeans, I used this pattern in some like heavier weight stripy cotton, And my partner calls them my Technicolor, like my Jesus Technicolor pants. If you don't, which is funny because how many people know about Jesus in the Technicolor raincoat? I feel like not that many, but he does, which surprised me. This is an old one that I bought when I first started sewing, and I made it and I wore it, but I messed up the back neckline. I stretched it out. I should make it again, but that goes in the I've made it pile. I don't know. Y'all, why? Because I haven't? I guess I'll put it there. This. Oh. Oh. I love that. This was a pain in the butt. I didn't ever make it. I ran out of fabric. I didn't even have enough to begin with. I don't know why I was trying it. It was leftover fabric, so it didn't matter. Again, I'm living this life right there, right? That looks like me. Except I wouldn't wear that color. Mustard, no. This one I made and again got rid of because I was too small for it. This is like my beachy cover-up life that I don't live, so because I haven't made it. Obviously, I'd be living that life if I had taken the time to make that outfit. This one also says amazing fit. What happens is the stores would sometimes do, and why are we out of business? Do these incredible pattern sales, and you're like, well, I need one more to get the discount. Might as well. This, I can't remember if I made this. I took a class online on making a couture dress, and this was the pattern. So in this box, I haven't made these, and I have made these. I want to make the ones I haven't made. My bag patterns, I'm not going to include those in here, but I have made almost all of them, if not all of them. It's pretty good. I don't use most of them. That's a separate thing. I do use this duffel bag, but then the connector that I brought for the strap like broke, sort of, like it came out. And so now I can only hold it by the handles, but I love that bag. It's great. I made a poor choice of fabrics because I lined it with denim. So it's way too heavy. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really need a lining, but okay. These I've made. Then jeans, I made those. I have to make another pair. These pants I made and I loved. This skirt I made and I loved. Top of my list. These are amazing. They're high-waisted. I'm making those. I'm making those. These I've made like 3 or 4 times. Excellent return on investment. Made these, I should make more. I use this pattern to make ninja pants for my partner. I made one of these skirts and I never liked how it looked on me. And so I made it and it used fabric that I love and then like wore it never. Does it count as having made it then? Also, wait, can we just look at how that looks like a frowny face? Tell me you love it, please. Thanks. Oh, I love that. We're getting good. Like all of these I've made. Did I make this one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not counting as having made that. I hacked it together. Wait, maybe I didn't make that and I made this. What are you? Myrtle and Monetta? Well, I don't know now. Whatever. Whatever. One of these patterns I bought because I saw someone wearing it and I was like, that's beautiful. They look so good in that, and did not learn the lesson. Gotta go by what you look good in. Probably. Like this dress, I bought it and I don't know if it's flattering for me. It's like very blousy up here, which felt like made me look matronly. I don't know what that means. Overwhelmed by fabric, perhaps. This dress is my love. And then look, do I learn? Nope. I thought maybe the other one would work better for me. You know, similar but not the same. And I actually belonged to this sewing pattern thing where I got like a free pattern credit every month. I was like, you know, subscription. And so I have a lot of patterns that I don't love because I had to spend the points. So, you know, these things happen. So I wound up with stuff that I'm like, am I ever gonna make that? I don't know. Swimsuits. I've made a few and I want to make more. It's like a motorcycle jacket, but sweatshirt. This I made and then hated it. And I don't know if it's because it was too big or if maybe I just don't like it. I'm going to put it in my, well, no, I did make it though. I'm going to put it down there. I have to make another coat. Want to make another coat. I want to make another trench coat. This coat, oh, one of the best things I ever made. I kept it, but it's actually too big. I have a jean jacket I made, and I kept it even though it's too big because whatever, it's a jean jacket. And this one, I basically only ever put 2 buttons on and gave it away. It doesn't fit anymore. I think we're doing well. I feel like actually of my computer programs, the ones that I have like paid money for, I've made more than I have not made. This I can't remember. I'm putting it here, but I'll find out if I've made it. I made this one a lot. And I mean, come on. I love the pattern company, obviously. T-shirt. This pullover, everybody made it. I never did. That was cute. I don't think I ever made this. Never made that. That would be fun to wear. Do you remember, did I tell you that t-shirt I made? I don't know if we talked about it. I thought we did though. It wound up not fitting. I'm gonna send it to my sister and hope that it fits her. It was too small on me and she's smaller than I am. This is feeling good. Okay, this I actually never technically finished. Did I make this? I did. So, any of you made your own clothes? At one point I had, except for like t-shirts, most of my wardrobe was handmade. And I think except for my hiking clothes and t-shirts, that's probably still true. Except for socks. Except for socks. I generally buy those, even though I do have some I've knitted myself. Just love it. I haven't made any of these patterns. Okay, wait. Are we there? Did I make you before? I did. I don't think you fit very well. I can't remember. I am writing. did make this, and I can't remember. I think I made that too, and I definitely made these, but I didn't really make that. Okay. Which stack is bigger? Definitely the stack of ones I've made before. So we're in a good place. So I think my plan is to make some clothes. This frowny face so much. And actually a priority for me is probably going to be a pattern. Well, maybe one of these. So one priority is going to be something like workout pants, because I'm going to rock climb again soon. I should try and show you my shoulder that's all swollen. We can laugh together about the idea of me rock climbing, but it's still workout pants. And then I want to make some loungy pants that are not sweatshirt. So, wait, where's that pattern? Y'all, there's some more patterns that aren't in here, because that pattern isn't here. Unless it is. No, it wasn't here. Anyway, so chances are I will be making a pattern I've made before for that, unless I try to do some little woven hang around pants. But I just feel like, are you really going to be like lounging if you're wearing like, I don't know. I mean, no. If I was wearing big old loose, wait, there's another pattern. I swear I have you. Okay, there's actually a number of patterns that aren't in here that I know are upstairs because I looked at them. But I don't know where they are. Gosh, I hope I still do have them. No, unless you're like swanning around in really loose linen clothes, like you want to be lounging in something made of knit fabric. So I'm going to make knit something to swan around the house in that's not made of flannel or sweatshirting. And I got to make these like workout pants. And I think I would like to make more tops that are not t-shirts. My t-shirts are starting to get old and faded, and so I'd like more. And I'd like to start, I've been good about going through my fabric, but yeah. And the other patterns I didn't print pictures of yet, at least, are my quilting patterns. Because I think my process for those is very different. And I don't have any paper patterns of those, so I'm definitely looking on my computer first anyway, so that's fine. Is that true? No, I may have some printed ones in a folder. But that's okay, because they're all in the same folder, so I can pull them out. Well, I have to come up with a plan for organizing these. Man, and I have to ice my shoulder. So we'll probably end it here. I may come back to you if you have any suggestions on a way to organize. Right now, I'm thinking a binder. And so I was looking at one of my favorite places, obviously, Jet Pins. And I don't know if that's the right thing, because I have actually all, for my recipes that I print out, because I like printing out recipes, because then I know which ones I used. I have a binder that I put them in, and I put them all in sheet protectors, because you know what's good about that? Then you can just take that whole sheet protector out, and when you've got it on the counter in the kitchen while you're cooking, if stuff gets on it, you can wipe it off. That's my pro tip for you. Not that ever I'm messy enough for things to get on my printed recipes. It happens always. Anyway, so I think binder. But now that I've printed them, it has to be letter size binder. So it's probably not going to be from Jet Pins, and I'm angry with myself because I should have waited. Oh, but maybe I can cut them down. Maria, you're not going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to have to find a letter size, US letter size binder. And hole punch. I don't think I have one. If you have one you like, letter size binder or 3-hole punch, or the two that go together, please let me know. Would love a recommendation. I'm really bummed about the jet pins thing because they have some really cute stuff, which is not the reason to buy it, Maria. Whatever. Do you have anything like this that you organize? Like a similar thing that, maybe I have knitting patterns. I could show you how I've done those that I haven't used in forever. But I don't have anything for my sewing patterns. And so maybe I should just do the same. Hey, I do have a binder somewhere. I should find it. It had the instructions for Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, because of course I printed those out. It's a video game. Enough. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.